Okay, hello. It is Friday. Congrats to everybody that got today off. Sorry to everybody that didn't get today off from work. Hey, Eric. Hey, Laszlo. Uh, Welcome back. So, Eric was here for last night's stream, so kudos to you for doing both. But what I always tell myself to do, hey, just average Joey. I try to make sure there's a recap for anybody that might have missed the previous stream or are just joining. So we created a bot that integrates my a program running on my computer called Sammy that watches the Steam chat and then is able to trigger things on not Steam that watches the Twitch chat and then controls my broadcasting software to do silly stuff, and then also to see. I always default to that one. I need to change it up. Hey, Jocelyn. Uh, and then also that app is what I'm using to send REST API payloads over to a ServiceNow instance. And then last night, what we were working. Oh, that's still working. That's good. And your score went up. So last night we got the points presence table working properly, and we got the payload to properly. We debugged it. Well, I mean, Eric and Asteroid debugged it pretty heavily, and we were able to get it to the point where it actually is checking the table, returning the person's username, and saying what the person's score is. So if you type exclamation point points in the chat, our bot will communicate with ServiceNow to figure out how much points that you should have according to. Oh, so it's so. Wait, just average Joey. That you've been here before, so I'm not sure. Give it like 5 minutes, and then it should record you. If you just joined, that's interesting. I kind of want to look at the table. Okay, well, basically every 5 minutes, my computer is sending a payload over to ServiceNow saying, here's the people that are in the chat right now. The last thing I did on that last night's stream too was to create a to-do list and a bug list so that I don't forget what kind of things I can work on during the stream. But we can jump right in. If Asteroid was here, she would be very proud that I only did 3 minutes of a recap before I jumped back into the instance, because apparently I'm a little long-winded sometimes about talking and saying things. But I kind of want to go to the presence table just to see if just average Joey's even there right now. And if you're not there, I'll just force trigger the presence bot to see you pop up on it. Well, username. Let's look for Joey. Okay, so you're not there yet, so I'm gonna just trigger it now, and in about 3 seconds, we should see you show up. Also, I made a new photo filter. It's called Snap. Oh, it just triggered 5 minutes. If you want to catch me off guard with a camera photo, it doesn't do the beeping sound anymore. So I have no. It just does it instantly. So if I'm the photo, there it is. If you type exclamation point photo, that gives me time to pose. And if you do snap, you do snap if I'm making a silly pose and you want to capture. Okay. Okay. If you see me making a silly face or something, that's when you want to do that. Becca. Okay. That was a request from, I can't remember who asked for that one. Oh, would I be able to save that? That'd be interesting. We'll add that to the to-do list. Like a feature request list. Okay. Oh, let me refresh this to see if Joey showed up. There it is. So Joey has 20 points now because one, I triggered it manually, so Joey added up, got pushed to the table with 10 points in the first place, and then right after I triggered it, it went through again, anyways, because apparently 5 minutes had passed. since I think 5 minutes had passed before when I started the stream, so that's why you have 20 now. Yep. And on my to-do list, I do have like one of the features I want to add to the presence bot is to see who's chatting so that we can verify who's not real versus who is real. But that is if we have time today, because I do want to move to source control. And this is the weird part. I want to talk about source control this time because I created this, I converted an app into the SDK. So do I just upload this as my repository, or do I go through ServiceNow and put that into a repository and then open that up into my VS Code? But then the weird thing is my VS Code, if I build and deploy, will push directly into ServiceNow, which would desync it from the GitHub repository. So what is the proper workflow in this situation? I guess you would never sync it directly to... So you would never apply remote changes from the instance anymore if you do it this way. You would only deploy via the SDK. But then, okay, so let me think through that. Okay, so that's that way. If I source control this folder on my computer right now, then I would still deploy from VS Code. It would just never look connected to source control on the ServiceNow side. Which both would work, right? Yeah, both would technically be fine. In fact, I'm almost more likely to do that because I trust the connection between GitHub Desktop and GitHub more than I trust the ServiceNow integration of source control, quite frankly. And well, but then would other people be able to take my repo? No, see, that might be the reason why I don't do it that way. I don't think people would be able to take my repo if I do it directly to GitHub and install it on their own instance. Right, exactly. So I don't know. Could you get this onto your computer from the instance if you didn't have it already? Yes, because you could just... Well, let's check the SDK real quick. There was a delay. I changed poses. Oops, spelled it right. So you can create, you can convert, you can fetch. Well, what if I now SDK fetch help? I want to see what it says. Volume sounds fine to me. Can you bump up your mic volume? Your voice is so low. And then everyone else said, it's not me, it's you. Well, and Chris asked who even is Ditsev, and I can tell you Ditsev is a punk. So if you ever see Ditsev in chat, make sure to let Ditsev know that they are a punk. Okay, I'll bump the... Here, is that better? All right, I turned up the volume. Cool. Okay, so I think you could just use fetch to get it. So you can do the directory into what directory you want to fetch. Oh, but you can't say which one you want to fetch as a parameter. So no, I think it's attached to the folder already. Is it too... I can't tell if you people are being sarcastic. messed up my hair. Oh, interesting. Something. Oh, shit. Oh, it's cued. Oh, no. Something's broken on that too. It's not going back to the scene. So I need to add that to the fix of a bug. Oh no. I saw Ditsa posted it to the Slack, so it's there forever now. Well, no, it's not there forever. It's there for 90 days before it gets purged. So dumb. Oh man. Why do I do this? It's so hard to do things that I know that will make people laugh when it also is kind of like embarrassing for me. Oh, she pinned it. Punk. This is a punk, see? I can also unpin it, okay? Okay, I gotta go back to source control. I think I need to go through the ServiceNow instance because I want to potentially people be able to do this on their own if they want to. Yeah, so I think we're going to go do that way. So that means I need to, this folder is going to be abandoned basically because I'm going to have to sync it up with a new one. But let's go ahead and create a new repo for it. I am going to press, I have some private repos, so let me take that off the screen first real quick. Okay, so this one's going to be called SN SAMMI-Bot. I'll keep it public. Yeah, Chris had the request of us having captions. I think on Tuesday they said, made fun of me for not having captions on the stream. I used to have the captions if you, wow, that's good memory. It's from a while ago, but I was able to get live captioning working on it. That's also on my to-do list, so I gotta make sure I add that. But now I have a repo. Let's go ahead and sync it up to source control. What do you think? Hey, you should bring back that text to audio thing. Yeah, okay, the captions. So I'll get to that eventually. Oh, the text to audio thing. So I did have, that was because, so Ditsiv is talking about text to audio, which on a when we were streaming way back then, we had a feature that would bring, and I think this was on the early Dookie stream, not on this one. Yeah, and that's where the Ditsiv is a punk meme was born. But what we did was, it was hard for me to keep track of chat because I wasn't really paying attention to that window. And so what I did was I turned on text to audio, so it would literally read out loud anything that anybody in the chat was saying. And then Ditsiv had the great idea to spam the chat, and it wouldn't stop talking for so long. And every time I went on a break, I would put Ditsiv is a punk as a spam, so that I would keep reading that over and over again while I was gone. So that's where it came from. Yep. So I'm gonna sync this to source control. I don't know if I have a credential on here already. Do I want to risk accidentally revealing credentials on this stream? No, I don't think I will. So we're gonna change the topic. We're gonna I'm gonna switch Hunter. Yeah. Wait, I only see stars when I type that. I'm going to change the topic. We're gonna work on. Well, let me look at the to-do list. So that means before I link it to source control, I want to add those things that I was talking about earlier. Add captions. Dang, there was one thing I said really earlier. What was it? There was something else that we said earlier. Does anybody remember what I said I needed to add to my to-do list? This channel is going to get affiliate if I want to. Like, in maybe, I think I just need to stream for another hour and a half, and it qualifies for affiliate. That's it's already ready. But I'm not sure. So I keep wondering if we need to, what the legal implications for such a thing might be. Yeah, honestly, Ditsav, I was going to ask you for those the moment we went to affiliate. Whenever I go into the Twitch settings, I see that it's an option to turn on things like the monetization stuff. But the fact that I have to sign off on monetization is what worries me about moving this to monetization. But I think it might be okay. I'm thinking it will be okay as long as I don't turn on any of the things that would actually generate money for this channel. Because I want things like the points system. I want to make channel-specific emotes, stuff like that. Well, on my so Disav asks, whoa, why is everything? All my volumes went up all of a sudden. I on my cursory attempt to understand the legal ramifications of using a company Twitch stream as an affiliate, and my cursory check was asking ChatGPT over and over again about it. It basically says like the moment you go affiliate, you're technically monetizing. So I don't know. We'll see. So I guess we could work on chatter presence, reward system for points. There is a weird delay situation going on with the points command. Sometimes if it gets too desynced, it'll respond as if you said it, if a different person said it. Whoops. So we'll see what happens with that. But I do like the idea of adding a who's a real person thing. So I think I might work on that. Oh, there's the other bug. The other bug was making sure why does snap not return to scene. So I got to fix that. Maybe that's a good one to fix right now. I'm going to take a look at that now. No one's a real person until we meet them in person, right? That was kind of the running joke for me for a while. I don't know what half of these emotes are. Robot? Mr. Destructoid? I'm not great at knowing what those are. Oh. How dare you, Chris? How dare you? Okay, so here is the trigger for snap. And up here, wait, where's the thing that says get current? Oh, here it is. This scene is the global current main scene. Let me just make sure that is getting retrieved properly. So this, okay, so that is there. Well, what's with all of you having like famous Twitch siblings? There's multiple of you in this chat that's like that. Uh, this is why we won't give Ditsiv mod. And then it's supposed to go back to... Oh, that's why. I never updated this to be the right button. So it should be going to this scene. It was going to the old scene since I copy and pasted this. Chris! Oh no, Chris! Wait, how is Ditsiv talking? Oh, you removed the timeout. So Chris timed out Ditsiv, and then there's just chaos going on. Can someone do snap to make sure it goes back to the right scene, please? Oh no, it's queued. Okay. Oh no, I'm too off focus. Okay, it's still queued though. Okay. Oh no, stop. I don't know what to do. Oh, why did I ever let this queue? Is there no more, right? Okay. This is a chaos stream. Okay. Becca! Becca, stop. Okay, it's done. Can we go back to development, please? No. I love you too. I am gonna turn that off, okay? Laszlo, rude. Hey, okay, technically me fixing that button was development, okay? Please? Okay, please? Okay, so I want to do a presence check for chatters. No, not a presence check. I want to do a chatters check so I can make a button. Not a button. Update a different button. I'm just going to ignore stuff that's happening in the middle of this and just work on stuff. So I'm going to fetch real quick. Oh, I didn't want to fetch. Save. I didn't mean to fetch. Oh, it didn't override it. How does this work? So I fetched, but it still had the new stuff. I never deployed it. Interesting. Who's mean and elitist and gatekeeping for what? I added that last one. This is my to-do list, but I need to go to ServiceNow to add a field. Oh, this thing is the program that's controlling chat and controlling my OBS. So that's what it is. That's what's controlling all this stuff that's here. Yeah, I probably should do what is SAMMI response like Chris and Laszlo's pointing out. So these are all the things that is controlling my stream with a virtual stream deck, which is this. So this is to build it, and then that little thing is my virtual stream deck, but it also has chat triggers that activate it. And that's your one warning, Chris. Jesslyn made that mistake and shrubbed me when they weren't supposed to, and then you just did, so that's your one, and then you lose mod. And then light turns on that little lamp right above the shrub is for mods to push me into be right back so that in case I'm showing like an API key on screen. Why shrub? Because like you put a shrub in front of things to block view. Custom MIDI controller for SAMMI. I wonder if that's possible. See, all these things I don't want to say no to because I want to see. Well, I want the idea for the shrub is that I use my Homer Simpson gift of me going into the bushes that I have. Chat. It's only for mods. So the cool thing about this program is you can actually say who is allowed to do certain stuff. So this one is only mod. But this one, chatter presence. I feel like I've seen something. Twitch get chatters. Perfect. Okay. For this channel, and I'm gonna save this variable as chatter presence. Okay, so let me just. How do I trigger this? I can't remember. Is there a trigger button on here? Run. Perfect. And there it is. Whoa, that's a lot more chatters than it should have been. Rogue Girl? When did Rogue Girl talk? Is this just a regular presence? These aren't chatters. Did you see me put my fingers down because I know I always go like this, so I went like this and I went to change the pose. Yikes. Okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work because these aren't actual chatters. Joey chatted, Chelming chatted, Becca chatted, or maybe this just goes really far back. Does anybody remember if an Ella chatted? Or a Rogue Girl? No, so what I think is, I can check the viewers tab right now. But I'm thinking it's checking chatters all the way back to forever. Well, no, Eric's a chatter. 8 row. See, I don't know if all of these, some of these. See, I can't remember if some people chatted or not. Oh yeah, that's right. You can check those things. Thanks, Chris, for remembering that. Yeah, no chats. And it feels very much like a bot account. So how are they showing up in this presence? Because a lot of this feels correct. See, but not all of them. Okay, so let me go back and see if there's a better variable. Well, I was looking at the payload, so Ditziv is asking if there's any filters or arguments I can add. No, there isn't any additional things I could do on that step, and there's nothing in these objects that would indicate anymore. So I'm thinking, if we want to keep this as a chat presence kind of thing, maybe we do a command where if someone says something, then like they could just say like exclamation point, I'm a real boy. I don't know, like Pinocchio, or oh, you know what we could do, if someone says points, let's just make him. I mean, that's a good way to do it for temporarily. Okay, so I'm gonna delete this, and I'm going to go back to ServiceNow. I'm gonna add a field to here. I also am not used to seeing this new form builder. It trips me out every single time I open it. Real? Yeah, we'll call it real. So, Ditsu, real funny that you say legit though. Thank you for increasing your volume, because I actually turned it back down to what it was. So it's been the same volume. Oh, okay. Oh no, I mean I put it back down to what it was before. Oh, okay. Do you want me? Did you? Is it? Should I still put it louder? Okay, I'll put it just a smidge louder. Is that better? Okay, I'll put it that there. If it's still too soft, just let me know and I'll increase the volume. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, so thanks for letting me know. It's really, really hard to tell when people are sarcastic or not, because we all know each other and we all oscillate between being only sarcastic and being not sarcastic. Thanks, Laszlo. This isn't an ASMR channel. Okay, so I'll add that. Another one. Someone was in my team was disappointed that it was not DJ Khaled instead of Pitbull coming to knowledge. Okay. Should I go full streamer status? So if you all check out the category that I'm streaming to, the software and game development channel, all of the channels that are under it, it's like the same thing. So like the person in front of a green screen over the bottom right, and then they all have a little top-down video of them typing on their keyboard, because that's so important. But I don't know. I'm pretty proud of this stream setup right now, because I made all the overlays. I did the little plants, and I made all of the chat commands. Proud of it. Okay, so I added that. And then now we want to fetch this app, because we need to pull down that dictionary. Let me make sure. So I'm counting 6 there. Yep, I added it. Okay, cool. So that thing is there. So if I go back to here, so for now, if someone uses the points function, I want it to, where's my points function? There it is. I want it to also say real equal, no, user gr set value real. And if I recall, I can just do that, because it's set value, so it's expecting string, and a boolean would get converted to string, which would always be true. So I'm going to do 1. Okay. Yeah, it's truthy. Thanks for confirming. So I'm going to leave it at that, which means I also need to call an update. Truthy should just send someone to Adam's knowledge talk. Okay, so I wasn't doing an update before. Let me make sure there's nothing in here that would go wild. Oh, I forgot that was a Slackbot response. Okay, so that, I don't think anything would go wrong if I do an update in this. Oh, but I should. If user gr dot get value of real, and it's truthy, so if it returns a 0, a string of 0, then it should return false. So I don't need to do an extra check on there. Truthiness. Oh, I need to do this. Okay, so if it is false, then set it to 1 and then update. Okay, I think that should work. And if it, oh yeah, it should work. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna deploy. And then something we realized last night for the people that are just tuning in today, it's not live. It doesn't go live immediately. And it requires a cache flush for it to start working. Even if you go into the module table and check if your script has been updated. Oh my gosh, my to-do list isn't there. Oops. If you go to the module table and check on the imported script, it's there, but it doesn't work until you cache, until you cache flush. Okay, so let me go back to the presence table and add a filter, which is very annoying because the instance goes so slow every time you do a cache flush. So it is real true. Okay, so let me do a points in the table. Oh, see? It desynced. It said Ditsiv's score is 20. Why? Oh, and it didn't update either. And there's mine again. Okay, so it didn't work. Let me go back to the script. Oh, you figured out how to do that? You should be able to cache.do from the favorites filter. And then when the page is open, click the star and the pill at the top. Okay, well, we'll try it when we do the update. Okay, so maybe this wasn't working. We'll do... What is get value return for true false fields if it's false? It's 0, right? A string of 0? String false? Gosh, I hate this. So dumb. Okay, well, let's push that and see if it works. And then let's do that thing that Eric said in fave flush. Oh, wow. You can fave. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. Okay, you can fave the flush. Thanks. And then I'm going to... Since you work in VS Code, wouldn't it be easier to manage the different SAMMI commands as individual script includes that your scripted REST API calls? Yeah, probably. I just have it pushed into one individual resource that I haven't really touched yet. Plus, I wanted to see what it would look like for me to just be able to build my own files instead. Yeah. I'll add it to the to-do list kind of thing. Real is true. Add that into my I miss being able to drag this into my favorites, which I can't do now in the next experience. Okay, so real, refresh that. Oh, I gotta call it points. No, still didn't work. Ooh, this didn't get updated either. This isn't supposed to be points. This is supposed to be... Did I do it again? Did I... No, real is there. notice that I had added this to the table and then it disappeared again. So that's one of the things that I keep running into with, well, no, I'm pretty sure I intentionally fetched after I added the table. But we can check the dictionary. I know it's happened a few times already, which is very frustrating. I've actually let that team know that I had that problem. I told them like, hey, I was a dum-dum and I accidentally overwrote a field. No, it's still there. And now I was doing, y'all are so mean. You all are so mean. I guess I should make sure I check the log. Well, I thought I did the form changes right after I made the form change while I made the field though, so it should have been in there. I made the field in the form editor, form builder, whatever it was called. Okay, so before I do anything, I'm gonna fetch again. Well, it's fetched now. Okay. You know, I'm gonna take out the conditional just because I want to see it actually working first. So it's deploying. Okay, there it goes. Let's flush. And then let's call it. There's that weird delay thing. Okay, so it's my truthiness fault thing is not working somehow. Okay, but it was that's interesting. So it is recording it in the back end properly. It's just displaying it incorrectly. That's actually a good data point. So even Laszlo _SN is what it thinks who called it, but it recorded it in the database correctly. So that's good. I just need to fix that weird delay bug. Okay, so this is properly saying who is real. I'll add that to the form layout. And if you want to be recorded as a real person, make sure you fetch. Yeah, so Ditsiv, you know when you're an affiliate, you have that little thing on the bottom left of the chat saying how many points you get for just being a viewer of the chat, and then you can redeem it. I'm not an affiliate channel, so I wanted to recreate it, and that's what we made. So this table is the recreation of that feature, and if you're here every 5 minutes, it gives you 10 points. Unless you were here when I was developing it and I spammed it and tested it, or in the case of last night, I think it was like Asteroid, Izzy was in the chat too, and Jesslyn, I gave them, oh no, not Jesslyn, Eric, and I gave each of them 400 points just for being here. Oh, thanks for testing that, Chris. So I guess we can fix that now. Okay, so it is this. So if get value of real equals the string of 0, then set it. And I gotta make sure I fetch every time I do something. See, this is what trips me out, is I just fetched, but it didn't delete my change. Like, this should have been reverted. Because if I go to the modules, this should still say that equals false string. Yeah. Oh, in fact, it's still the commented out one, but it didn't revert it. You really, but see, you would think. Oh no, see, I'm expecting it to work like if this was source controlled, where it would show differences. But it's not. This is an SDK, and that's not built into it to show the differences. So it's not. I'm wondering if fetch, if it sees there's a change to this file, it ignores it. Right. So I'm going to deploy it again and take a look. I'll refresh this, then it should be the new one. There it is. And then I will flush. Okay, has anybody, oops. Can Chris or any of you use the points command, see if it works? Thanks, Chris. And there it thinks you're Ditsev. Oh, shoot. And then it pushed Ditsev. No, Ditsev was already here. Okay, it pushed Chris. Good. Okay, so the script is working. That's good. The conditional is working. So right now, and then now Becca should be in here. She is. Good. Okay. Cool. Then Jesslyn should be in here now. That's actually a good one. So Laszlo, that's another thing I need to ask the SDK team about. Is we realized last night, even though I was deploying it, changes weren't happening in real time, but it was happening if I flushed. And we all thought that was really weird, and weird behavior, and we had some conjectures about it. But until I can figure out exactly why, then that's kind of what we're dealing with right now. If you're doing deployments and then like not actively live testing it, then that kind of makes its wonder. I wonder if the flush is just syncing the nodes, probably. And that to say the main thing I thought was like, oh, it's taking that modules table and it's putting all of this in the cache to make it faster, but it's not actually refreshing the cache when it does it, because this table might get long, especially if the scripts are super long, and different places around all of ServiceNow is trying to call specific functions from each of these scripts, and so it's loading it into the cache instead of doing a live data pull to the record itself. So that's what it's probably like an efficiency thing. Yeah, but actively like glide recording to each of these also, or like doing a script include, or I guess this is technically an import and export. It also seems really bad. I explain the current project and goal at the beginning of every episode. So not every, if people clip it, that's up to them. But I haven't been doing that. I'm trying to manage a lot of things right now. Okay. Yeah. So. What do I need to do? Oh, I also wanted to go through and we can set the people that we think are real now. Who isn't on here that is real? Izzy's real. Boobs isn't real, I think. Asteroid is real. iMac was chatting last night. Laszlo's real. So far we know. Wiz is real. Was Shabby real? Shabby was talking, I think. English is real. Hilly was real. Joey is real. Spoofer is real. Examius is real. The Lesser Tolson is real. Ailey's hashtag Yaley is definitely real. And I can't remember everything. Okay, I think so. Now if I go in here, then we can see the scores of the people that we think is real. I should probably put a script in that zeroes out mine. And that means the person that's winning is Eric. More than my wife, Becca. Sweet. Okay, so I'm going to fetch because I need to get into the habit of doing that. That isn't... Where'd the filter go? Where'd the overlay go on that one? Snap isn't... I gotta figure out what's going on with these things. Yeah, where did the frame go? I'm gonna trigger it. Oh, there it is. I don't know. That... Cool. So the chatter presence one is okay. I knew you were going to upload that one. So this one I finished. So eventually I need to move this to Markdown, so I'll do that later. But I probably will add that later to other things. Basically, anytime someone uses a command, I should... Oh, see, I don't want to risk doing something like... Oh, you know what? Okay, so here, let me talk through what I'm thinking about. I keep interrupting myself. So there's all these different commands that people could do. Theoretically, I can probably make a trigger that any chatter would send that payload over to ServiceNow to say, hey, this person's chatting, and this is a real person. That's a lot of REST API calls. But then I thought to myself, oh, I can probably, on a local variable, a global local variable to SAMMI, have a payload, have an array of IDs saying, hey, this person's on this ID, and then just do if this person doesn't exist in this array, then send the REST API call. Okay, I think that's worth all right. Cool. I also since we have some of the creative minds that we have in the chat right now, what other stream interaction stuff would be fun? Because I don't think I never recorded that on a list, so now's a good time for us to like, oh, what would be a fun thing to add to all the things that people could do? What would be like a premium interaction that you can only do with points? So there's stream interactions. Oh, there was a fun idea last night. So I have stream avatars. It's an app that makes all the little stream avatars go around the bottom, and chat goes to that instead. It's really cute. I want to make it less annoying because if it gets too much, then it's like it gets really cumbersome. So if there's a classy way for me to do it, then I might do that. Plus, then I can ask ditsiv for a bunch of generic pixel icons that might be fun if you could just like start churning out silly random ones that people get assigned to. That would be really cute. So that would be really fun because you could customize the stream avatars. I like that idea too. So the more disruptive commands can cost points. The other one was like the donut. Eventually I want to make the donut, instead of having donut be this scrolling thing right above my head, I wanted it to be a donut that bounces across the screen. Just scrolls. The one thing that people talked about last night, which was really funny, was since Eric and Asteroid were being very not critical, but very helpful and constructive about my bugs and stuff like that. To make I could probably do a command where it puts up Waldorf and what's the other guy's name? The Muppets, the two people on the balcony, and make a balcony above me or something, and make the chats come from them, so that they're like can be making fun of me as a gallery kind of thing. That'd be really cute. Need to decide if you want to be on the top of the leaderboard or to use all the commands. Yeah. Well, I mean, we could also do like score. Score is the running score, and then points is how many points you have, or like cat spendable score, just so that we can have the two leaderboards. What else could be fun stream interactions? So the photo one, the photo and snap one, was based off of like someone had the idea of the doom 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 doom, the to be continued thing where it freezes the frame, puts the vintage filter over it, and I would like rush to do like the pose of like trying to run away or like surprised kind of thing. So there's a to be continued filter. Oh, Laszlo wants the jump scare filter. Well, yeah, the jump scare would be for me. The jump scare right now, kind of honestly, is the VAR-GR one, because it plays almost instantly and it's a little bit louder. Actually, no, Snap is the jump scare for me now. What would Dun 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 do? Because what's different than that in Drama versus and Doom? So what would be Dun Dun Dun's difference? That's true. Snap. Okay. Well, Drama right now is the
Chestnut GR.
Well, wasn't expecting the snap to happen. Oh wow, does it trigger both of them at this? Can you trigger it? Oh, I did set up the chat triggers to be able to put all of them all in one command line. Oh, I regret that.
Chestnut GR.
I didn't think about it. Please don't screenshot that one. No, I'm asking you, don't put that on the Slack. Please don't. Oh, man. I said don't screenshot it. Okay, I'm embarrassed now. I don't know. It's 12 o'clock. I should stop the stream then. Okay, I think we're at a good stopping point. I'm going to deploy this little to-do list so I don't lose it. I didn't mean to do it. Wait, why is it zoomed in? Huh. There's some weird overlap going on with some of these filters, and it's kind of. Oh no! Oh, I gotta not let drama and snap be on the same line, because then it's like perfect, because I'm trying to pose for drama, which then immediately does snap, and that's really rough on me. Okay. Well, I'm glad you all are enjoying this. I did work a good amount on making it fun for you all on that to make, because it's fun when you get to surprise me, I guess. It's just so embarrassing. Okay. And this is the fun part about being like techie and knowing some programming languages and stuff like that, because you get to build all this fun stuff that other streamers, like, you have to like watch a lot of tutorials to do it, but I watched like a couple of YouTube videos and I started building stuff. It was just really fun. So it's good if you can come up with ideas, then I don't want to say no to any of them, because I think coming up with the ideas and seeing if we can make them is half the fun. And I'm just trying to practice development again. I know we didn't get much stuff done during this stream, but there was a lot of fun at least. The I Love You More doesn't give any points, actually. And I don't need people spamming that in chat. So chat can stop spamming that, please. Thanks. But yeah, things are moving along. I feel like every stream we're getting. Oh my gosh. Oh, good. It doesn't cue that one. Okay, that's really good. I'm glad it doesn't cue that one. But we have gotten something working almost every single stream this week. And so starting next week, on Monday, I am driving all day, so I won't be able to stream. But I'll come back on Tuesday probably, maybe Wednesday. But we'll probably do 2 or 3 streams weekly starting next week. I did 5 days this week as a test, and it had some upsides, it had some downsides. The nighttime stream just has not nearly as many people. Not nearly as many people. I still love you, Eric. Thank you for being there. But it's like, it's a little rough. I'm tired. I feel bad because Becca has to. I'm usually the one who's waking up to go, or running upstairs to deal with a crying toddler. But on those nights, Becca had to do that. So thanks, Becca. I appreciate you and I love you. So the daytime streams are a little bit more lively, so I'll probably keep those going on at least. And if we can I don't know. It just depends on if like India's on board. If more people in Australia or India is on board with these kind of streams, then I prefer Becca too. I highly prefer Becca over myself too. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all, even though you all troll a lot and are very sarcastic, and I can never read if you are being. There's bugs on that one. And that one is buggy because Becca, stop. I just copied it from photo, cut the MP3 down, and then just changed the timings. So I didn't nearly put as much thought into like if all the timings are correct on there. Yeah, so I gotta figure that out. So there's some tuning that needs to happen on Snap. But yeah, thanks everybody. Have a great weekend. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.